Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Oath Esports. My name is Murph. I'm joined by Exotic. We are going to be bringing you some epic games tonight. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing I, I am doing good today. Feels good to be back. Haven't been back in a while. Glad to be here though.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a one heck of a time. We're going to be jumping into the first game here. It's going to be Ember versus Cosmic. As we take a look at our first rounds here. So the rosters for both these teams, and of course we've seen every single team pop off. We've seen them absolutely crush face. Ember and Cosmic, both sort of middle of the pack. Ember 1-1. Cosmic, they're 2-0. They're looking at a very strong season so far as we head into week 5. So Ember, a little bit of the underdogs, but don't underestimate Ember because they have always been um, the sort of dark horses, I guess you could say. Uh, as we're going to the
So we are into Servasa for the first map. Samoa. Oh yeah. Sorry. uh,
you hear me now? Just all right, there we go. All right, so we're gonna be seeing a bunch of some poke coming out here, from Lazy Titans team, and it's going to be traded in with the Bastion. I'm excited to see the Bastion versus the Mauga come out here. I think that Bastion's gonna have one heck of a time trying to face that one down.
I like to see the Pharah here too. Ooh, the Pharah with the Pharah
Very
buffs
nice
now.
pick coming in from Galactic Rose and Biohazard finding the first 2 picks, and that is going to be Ember taking the first fight win.
Very big fight there. Getting the pick on the Pharah at the very beginning to set it off, and then going straight for the Mauga. Very good plays from the side of Ember.
Yeah, Cosmic now up to 12% and counting. As we were saying, a Zarya swap over now from Lazy Titan, trying to counter Diva on the other side could be a very nice pick here, and realizing really that Malga's gonna be really hard to run into that Bastion. I think this swap is very intelligent from Lazy Titan.
Yeah, to absorb a lot of that damage that the Bastion was, throwing at him, and then also having the back to the backup. Hopefully getting a pick with the Tracer in the backline.
Yep, I think it's a very nice pick on Galactic.
I think he's caught out by Power Kill.
Very nice headshot. The Tracer hitbox is very small, and the bomb finds another one in the name of your favorite kid. High noon now to finish off Lazy Titan. That is going to be once again Cosmic.
Yeah, it's a great start of the fight for Ember going in, getting that first initial pick, and then Power Kill coming right back, getting the trade, and then killing the Moira on point, and then the massive Demon Bomb to end the fight, and then the cleanup was next.
Yeah, and look at the amount of pressure that Cosmic is pushing forward here. They're getting around this first corner with little fear. They just want to continue trying to expend as many resources from Ember as much as possible before they're even able to touch the point. We're already up to 80% here. This is down to last.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to see that. See if they can get a first initial pick again. And it looks like
Nice
it's
grab
Cosmic
through,
on.
but just not enough. So much damage that I mentioned.
Yeah,
Absolutely beautiful fight win there from the side of Cosmic. They're going to be holding this one strong. Overtime is ticking down. The pulse bomb gets the immortality field, but that is going to be it. Overtime is ticking. And Cosmic take the first round. That was very strong.
very strong. Yeah, indeed. I really like the Diva swap or the Zarya swap, but it might not have been enough to just hold them in there. With Cosmic being able to just get those get those trade-offs and then cleaning up the fights a little bit better than Ember did.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the Zarya swap was very smart, but the amount of explosive DPS power from the side of Cosmic was insane from Power Kill and Galactic Rose. Power Kill especially, I think found 3 or 4 picks in some of those fights and just went absolutely haywire on that Cassidy. Now we're gonna be seeing a little bit of a comp swap here from the side of Embers. They're gonna be looking for a new strategy.
Yeah, play a little bit more of a brawl comp. They want to shut down as much of that space from the Bastion cast as much as they possibly can. So they've been putting up the May wall to get them off centered.
And Maywalk can do a great job of cutting off line of sight, splitting up the enemy team and making sure they don't try to power kill. And look, very smart rotation here. Neither team has lost anybody just yet, and the fight has gone on for quite some time. Now Lose putting on some pressure onto the point with those Zarya bubbles, pressing into the back line, and they're able to get the first cap. Ember is. This is turning out really well for them to start things off. They're using that Symmetra to lock the point down. One does go down. Power Kill finds one. And this could be, this will be Cosmic's time to rush this one in. Second one, down and in, Power Kill as Bio has to take a big one in the back line. Oh my goodness, just the DPS prowess. It's insane.
Yeah, these DPS Power Kill just shutting down anything that, you know, Ember is trying to put at him. Even if he doesn't get that much space, he can still do a lot with it. Even just in the short amount of space that he has. And then the backup behind with his D.Va and that BAP on a double main heal is pretty big, keeping up the tank so they can stay in the fight longer.
Look at the absolute damage coming in from both sides. I think that is going to be one of the supports falling on the side of Ember, but in turn getting rid of that D.Va mech so quickly, right? They are able to get back in. I believe they had the bomb available to them for that remech. So that's an ultimate down, and that Matrix come with the bash jump it once again finds another. That is going to be Cosmic again holding on with 40% counting there.
Yeah, even though they had no D.Va mech, they got the bomb to rehash it, and then also the heals to keep the D.Va out and just back up for the next fight.
Kitsune rush here from the side of Ember, trying to take this one back, but they're in. They're walking into a grab and a high noon. Well, the high noon actually it finds a couple, but the grab is massive. It's able to find several, and then the only one standing after that entire engagement is the Ana. All alone.
All alone on point. Let's see if they can hold it down for just a little bit longer. Maybe just to keep that percentage going up. And their team's back. They didn't have to hold it for very much longer.
Pretty Cosmic now at 80% and counting here. So this is another last fight territory here. We see the sim wall up. The Bastion artillery barrage can come in full swing to return. Now Biohazard does get demech very quickly. Very nice main wall to sort of isolate them out. Bastion is still alive though, can still do tons of crazy damage with that turret now coming in, shoving everybody into a corner. The coalescence is there to keep the rest of the team alive, and that is going to be allowing Ember to find themselves both the sustain and the DPS pressure to pick off members of Cosmic and clear up the point.
I really like that start of the fight, using the sim wall to block off half of the point. Blocking off the heals from the D.Va, which was crucial because the D.Va ended up losing mech, which gave their Zarya enough push to, you know, take out the team, because now they don't have a D.Va in their face, allowing them to be that frontline pressure that they can be.
Ember holding her strong on the left hand side as Cosmic meets them. We haven't seen this angle very often, but Power Kill gets a very nice headshot onto the enemy May already. Biohazard now back in the mech as well, so it is going to be an advantage here for side of Cosmic. They can pressing for that high noon to be able to find one in the name of Lazy Titan. His bubble was not able to last long enough for them to escape. Power Kill finds a third, and with the DPS beside him, is able to turn that one back.
Yeah, Power Kill initially getting that first pick, and then walking up to the high ground, getting that high noon. Even that's just as zoning, he still got one. He got a kill on the support, forcing them to back off a bit. See the ball pick.
To stall it out, now the ball in turn gets down low. Lazy Titan on that famous ball, just not quite enough. Sustain way too out in the open, just can't do it. Even the legend himself, overtime ticks down, and that's going to be Cosmic taking the first map.
Very strong showing from Cosmic. Power Kill really showing up, showing that DPS pressure, and then the Bastion to hold down whatever Power Kill could not. What a duo.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be seeing it here. He escapes the freeze, has the high noon available to him, We might get to see him use it here, but I mean, look at the accuracy just in general. There's one. Make that a second soon with the sim. There was a play. So that was, I mean, very strong. I think I really liked Ember's swaps. I really liked Ember's strategies. That Mei Zarya, I think, was a perfect answer against the Diva Cassidy. Um, the only issue really is the fact that any time, like you mentioned, that Power Kill couldn't really apply that DPS pressure because of those Mei walls or because they were finally picked off. It really just came down to Galactic Rose on the Bastion, um, uh, compensating for that lack of damage pressure that Power Kill was negated with, right? So, going to King's Row here, I don't expect to see too many differences. I think on Cosmic side.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to say, new patches just came out. Reinhardt got buffed in this latest patch.
Hey, let's go.
So Reinhardt's actually been pretty big. So I wonder if we'll see any more Ryan, Ryan Rowe. Love to see it. But we'll probably see
I
that
mean,
Zarya Diva again. I mean, those are just two way too big competitors to even like think about playing anyone else. Or Orisa. Might see the Orisa pick on here.
yeah, so that's I was gonna say. As much as I love Reinhardt, Reinhardt just gets absolutely countered by the Orisa, right? There's nothing
Yeah.
Reinhardt's doing if the opponent picks the Orisa. You get speared out of charge. You get fortified out of charge. It really charges your biggest killing weapon as a Reinhardt, especially in these patches. Like yes, the Fire Strike is back, right?
Yep.
But with the amount of healing that exists, really, you're pinning or you're not getting anything at all. So, I would love to see Reinhardt. I would love to see him come back into play here, especially on Kings Row. It is his
His
map.
map.
If you were to play Reinhardt ever, it's his map. But I don't expect to see it, unfortunately.
I expect to see either the Zarya pick or the Orisa pick, especially for these
Hmm.
close quartered maps. Zarya able to absorb a lot of the damage, and then Orisa being able to deny some of those corners and a lot of
Hmm.
the damage, and they can also just hold down. With Fortify, she gets that extra health and no headshots, so she can just absorb a lot of damage, allowing her
Hmm.
DPS to deal more damage.
Yeah, absolutely. The tank lives, right? The more damage the tank can soak up, the more fire that they can sort of be the focus of, the less their DPS and sports really have to worry about that whole cycle of cooldowns, the less they have to worry about the whole staying alive thing. It's part of the tank's job. Um,
Yeah.
on the attack here, we have a hog.
Defense, we have Hog.
Oh, defense. I apologize. Yes.
On the defense. Don't really see the Hog pick all that much. But he is a
Yeah.
very, very good tank actually with his changes with the pig pen and his healing. A lot of people don't see him as a good tank, but he is very big now.
Yeah, I like this. The whole okay. So for those who don't know, Roadhog got the rework where effectively that little thing that's sitting in front of Lady's Head right now, anybody that steps in, I'm gonna say like 5 meters of it gets slowed down. And Hog has that hook that can pull you into that, which means you might get caught out of position and not be able to return to your team. Now we're seeing already Power Kill trapping Medusa. It looks like that Mei into the corner with the Bastion will eventually get picked off. But not before Izzard falls, I'll be honest.
Yeah, just blocking off the power kills sightline is a lot is denying him a lot of that damage and denying your team that push. And power kill going
Nice.
down early, that's a big stagger because now they have to wait for power kill. Very essential player for them. I like this high ground
Yeah,
play
I,
from the soldier.
I was gonna say I kind of like the Hog answer to the Power Kill situation because Lazy Titan on that Hog just has so much HP that Power Kill can't really do anything. And again, we see the hook, the shot, the melee combo coming strong, and Power Kill now having fallen before they're able to get to their high noon is gonna buy Ember more time.
If one person is carrying, just pick Hog because you can shut down the carry and then you just allow your team to take off the rest. As we keep
The
seeing
bomb
it,
absolutely massive though. Okay, they will move the high. Remake not
Right behind the
quite using. Now we have the
And
whole hog available.
And the Bastion just at main, just spraying down because they don't have any shields now, though. That is the big thing, is now Bastion just gets free sightline gets free looking at their supports.
Powerful gets a very nice deflect on the Penguin, and that's going to be all it takes in order to basically collapse this Ember defense. Biohazard on the D.Va has been absolutely stellar, by the way. The tracking has been phenomenal. Finds 3 in that fight with 1:55 on the clock, and we're going to be seeing a point A capture here. Cosmic going to be pushing around this first corner. I do agree. I think the lack of shield makes for a very dangerous combo, especially with Lazy Titan on that hog and Medusa on that Sojourn. And we're gonna see right there, right? Medusa versus Power Kill. We've seen these two go head and head before, and Medusa they're just as good. Power Kill is great, my MVP from last season. Medusa is also done.
Yeah, just two Titans clashing at each other. You know, it's always going to be give and take. Like, one person will get, another person will get, and it's another big pick for Medusa. Taking out the
absolutely. The amount of damage coming in from Lazy Titan, by the way, is stellar, right? And that's the big thing about the Hog, just HP. Hog has infinite HP, and you can see that came in clutch because Lazy Titan took about 500 points of damage in a span of a second. So as long as he's able to hold that corner, another nice hook. Ant Matrix, though, could burn through him very quickly.
Ana getting caught outside.
What a freeze!
The freeze is
what a massive freeze, finds 3, but it's gonna be Power Kill, who finds 3 more with the overclock, make that a 4 potentially. Lazy Titan's the only one left remaining, he misses the hook, he gets down to 1 HP, and Power Kill cleans it up around the corner.
Yeah, that was just the Hog's not ability to, you know, take any damage or block off any more damage than when he's being shot at, because his Ana got caught out in the open by the Ant Matrix, and they knew that. They were wide open, they didn't have any way to stop it. And then the May freeze coming in, getting almost everyone, but then Power Kill with his ult getting 4. Just too much for, it was too much for Ember to handle, and Cosmic gets to take his game.
He's gonna make Galactic Rose pressing and being aggressive with Biohazard, applying so much pressure, getting Bad YT down incredibly low right before we get to point 3. The Artillery Barrage as well, shutting down Medusa, who tries to back up Lazy Titan, staying alive as long as possible, but it's just not long enough. 1 meter left, and that is going to be a gross push past second point into the third now, as Biohazard shuts down your favorite kid as well.
Yeah, trying to get back second point after losing it that close to point is really hard, because you struggle to go back to point, try to gain everyone there back, and then, you know, you get those picks one by one because everyone's just walking in a single line, and then the ult coming out from the Bastion taking out Power Kill gave them enough to just keep going.
A very nice continuing rush with the overclock, going to be making a Medusa an absolute menace, but the bomb! It doesn't appear. Oh my goodness, cancels out the remake. What the heck just happened? Your favorite kid does spawn on the bomb, which could be disastrous, but Izzard gets traded out. So both Arnas and both DPS have been traded. Power Kill still up top, still has the high ground advantage, still is an absolute menace to society up there. Could be dangerous, but Lazy Titan is on the lookout, and that is going to be a retreat now from Cosmic. An absolute game changer by Medusa, canceling out that remake.
Yeah, both picks going one by one. Medusa going that pick on the remake, and then Power Kill answering back with more. And it's a fight that just goes on and on.
What an overclock as well. Power Kill from the high ground shuts down Medusa first. Excellent target acquisition, because that is going to be your biggest worry, right? Bad YT also falls. You do 2 very nice body shots from Power Kill. Lazy Titan still standing though, and has the hog available to them. If they get caught in this corner, you could see a very gnarly kill or 2 from Lazy Titan, who's still holding this down strong. There it is. Oh my goodness, but just through the Ant Matrix, he takes so much damage from that, and Biohazard's able to take complete control of that, as well as Galactic Rose finds 2, 1:55 on the clock.
Yeah, those picks initially from Power Kill going in the favor of Cosmic on their favorite kid, and they're holding. Lazy Titan back on the ball.
Oh, Izzard's just mean. That was crazy. The Artillery Barrage also comes through, trying to clean up anybody they can. Lazy Titan takes so much damage. What a focus fire.
Yeah, ball is just really
meters, the mortar's all alone.
And they'll take it. ball being really hard to hold that point there because they have so much damage coming in from the Soldier and the Bastion. Bastion just melts away any tank's health bar if they don't have any way to stop it.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like Lazy Titan has always been the ball goat. We've talked about this before. He refined it in the previous season, and we saw last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago, it also come in very good handy in Oath. So I'm not really against the attempt, but the amount of pressure they were receiving was ridiculous. You've got a diva, you've got a soldier, and you've got a bastion all aiming at your face. I mean, that is scary. And then you have the ant matrix on top of it from the Baptiste. Even a ball will collapse in 3 seconds.
And then the sleep from the Ana as well to shut down any movement that
That's
he
true.
has.
That is
Uh,
absolutely true.
see a little,
Medusa coming out on the Widow now.
I see a little tank change too. Probably looking for an answer against that Bastion and the Diva, because Ram's a very good pick against both, because he has that shield and then he also has that, frontline ability with his form.
Widow looking for a headshot out the window. Gonna be swapping out here, not really finding anything. Cosmic knew it was coming. Well, there's a rotation here through the hotel.
I really like this. This rotation allows them to not be shot by the Bastion and just gives free space.
Lots of pressure coming in from the back line too. Izzard gets down to half, but will be brought back up. Lazy Titan, though, the amount of damage taken, even with the defensive hold of the Ramatra, eventually falls. Your favorite rat kid does. Flame and Fox in the back line takes out the fellow support, and now with Pigman down as well. No healing line for the side of Ember. They will be retreating back.
That damage from the Bastion, from Galactic Rose, melting down Ramatra's health, focusing the support's focus on the tank, and then them getting a pick on your favorite kid, so even has even less sustain when trying to get out, and they just get picked off.
Looking for the pick onto the Bastion, who's been the biggest menace to the tank society since this game. Your favorite kid falls again. Galactic Rose doing such a good job at lasering them down anytime they try to push forward. Bad YT eventually falls as well, and Cosmic don't seem to be wanting to give this one up at all.
Yeah, and you see Power Kill getting these picks, and I want to see Galactic Rose damages, because I'm sure it's in at least the 10,000s at this point, and then just Power Kill's ability to finish off any of the targets Galactic Rose can.
The shield now used, which I really think, like, to use it aggressively, I think whenever that Bastion turret falls, it's going to be the one way they're able to rotate around here. Now look at this. Galactic Rose finds Bad YT with a nice nade as the team tries to rotate around the small room. Biohazard also finds Medusa after diving into the backline. The peel coming in just a little too late from the side of Ember. A third pick as well with the bomb. Penguin falls. And once again, they're going to be retreating now with a minute 45 on the clock.
That power matrix from the side of Ember, or side of Cosmic, holding down sight with Galactic Rose. His nade in the room did massive amounts of damage. They even picked off your favorite rat kid in the middle of the fight, so then they lose their main heals. And they just slowly lose in that room.
Ultimate combined for both teams. You're going to be seeing the all the clock come in. Almost gets one. The Immortality Code is there to keep the rest of the team alive. That is going to be Lazy Titan finding Izzard in the background though, so no more Ana available to them. And that's going to be a major decrease in the healing output coming in. Combo that with the pressure coming in from multiple ultimates from the side of Ember, and they're going to finally be able to bust this one through. Biohazard will eventually crumble here, as well as Power Kill.
I love that target focus. First on the Ana in the room by herself, and then on the BAP as they try to leave, denying any heals and sustains that Cosmic might need to help win that fight. Just shut down in an instant.
3 minutes on the clock here. Now, Cosmic did finish the minute 27, so it's certainly doable for Ember if they're able to get a solid 2-point attack here. You know, you win 2 to 3 fights, you clean this one up quick, you match the speed of Cosmic. But look at
That
this, Ash swap over to Power Kill from Power Kill.
yeah, holding down that lane a little bit more with the longer range, trying to hopefully pick off some of the supports or deal enough damage for your team to go in.
Looking for it a little bit, and that is going to be the one-on-one. Power Kill gets down incredibly low, but has the support required in order to sustain themselves. Lazy Titan also has the Annihilation ultimate, but Izzard finds Medusa in the background with a very nice nade. Because of that damage from Power Kill, I believe, Bad YT finds a nice melee onto, Power Kill finds a nice melee on the Bad YT. And pretty cheap fight there. Power Kill picked up 3 just to clean it up. And that's going to be, once again, Ember swinging back to the East corner.
Cosmic is really good at cleaning up these fights with no casualties or little to no casualties. Not focusing too hard or not letting two people go too far in, overextending, and so then they get that free pick. Perfect. They play that end of fight really well.
This is going to be really hard for Ember coming up. Look at this. Cosmic has 4, almost 5 ultimates available to them. Power Kill just swapped to the Ash too. That's some impressive ult building.
Yeah, getting 3 picks there. And also dealing tons of damage.
And Matrix is going to be basically shutting down this push for a few seconds. Power Kill gets a nice headshot on the Medusa. I would just hide. I would just hide. Just hide. Power Kill finds the second one with the dynamite. Now they are aware that the Tracer is looking for them in the backline.
Yeah, running up. Yeah, that Kiriko getting caught out in the open with the amp field and the power kill. Ash looking down, and also Power Kill getting 2 in that fight really helped solidify the hold. And they only had to use 1 ult. They still have 4 more coming up for this next fight.
Bob comes through. Bob, I noticed, has been nasty lately, but it is going to go into space. Biohazard though, and Power Kill find Medusa and Penguin regardless. Yeah, Moira getting shut down by Biohazard has done a great job of maintaining just constant offensive pressure. Actually, that Bob, way better of an angle than I expected it to. Just shooting down main and finding tons of DPS value into the backline.
Yeah, and then their D.Va just jumping on, Biohazard jumping on top with that Bob going in as everyone turns their focus towards the Bob.
3 seconds remaining here. Continuing rush and the Annihilation ultimate. Gonna be shut down by the bomb available, but oh, very nice reaction time there from the side of Lazy Titan, but it's not gonna be enough. The Bash and Plantic Rose just doing so much damage, and despite having the continuing rush available to them, will eventually fall. The Immortality Field gets used very quickly there. Penguin's able to pop it quite nicely. Galactic Rose has access to the Annihilation. The Moira ultimate, the Coalesce is coming in, trying to apply as much damage as possible, gets Biohazard down low, but Galactic Rose Power Kill, again, have not been touchable this entire game. Bad YT does a pretty good job at staying alive for as long as they can. Overtime is ticking down. Lazy Titan is back on that Remonster, going to be holding that defensive stand as long as possible to stay alive, but overtime is ticking. Can anybody touch? No, that will be it, and Cosmic will take the game 2-0.
The sustain from the side of Cosmic is so big because their tank could just sit in the front line, absorbing a lot of damage, while Power Kill just picks off 1 by 1 in the back line. So Power Kill play of the game here.
Finally followed up with a freeze, am I right? I mean, I don't know what else you're gonna do. You're just gonna play target practice.
Yeah, get a little. I mean, you had a wide open range, right? I mean, going down to the gun range and shooting some targets.
Yep, that was basically what that was. Which honestly is I feel like that's what Power Kill plays for though. Low key.
Yeah.
I feel like that's actually like what it all comes down to, because that's what it feels like watching him. He's just popping targets, popping heads. He's going crazy.
Pointing heads anywhere he goes.
Yeah, exactly. That was a very, very, very strong game of both of our teams. Ended very quickly. Like I said, I did like the strategies coming up from Ember. But you can't argue with the absolute monstrous DPS power from Cosmic.
Yeah, I really like that Zarya pick on the first map to absorb a lot of that damage because, you know, when Zarya absorbs damage, she deals more damage, and D.Va can't block that kind of damage. I also like the hog pick on defense. You know, if you can
Hmm.
shut down either Power Kill or Galactic Rose, it's the DPS struggle down.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're gonna be seeing more of the strategies come up later in the season. As I said at the very beginning of this, Ember is one of those dark horse teams. You never want to count them out because I'm gonna knock on wood because I don't want to jinx them for the rest of the season. But they have consistently proven to be somebody not to be underestimated with. So we're gonna be seeing them in the next upcoming weeks. Cosmic, congratulations on being 3-0 now in the season. And we're going to be swinging into our next set of games, which is going to be, as soon as I'm able to pull it up here,
Rift versus Rush.
Riff versus Rush. Don't go away. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Oath Esports. My name is Murph. I'm joined by Exotic, of all people, of all the players, of all the greats. I have Exotic sitting here next to me today. We're bringing you Rift versus Rush in our second set of tonight's matches on Samoa. Exotic, how you doing?
We're good.
Good. Now, Samoa, it's a newer map. It's one we don't see very often. One we definitely, I don't think, saw last season either, because last season was before Mauga was released. So, uh, run us through what are some things you like about this map? Is it pretty? Is it wonderful? Are the comps interesting? Like what's the going?
It's a pretty map. It's a very pretty
Yeah.
map. It's a little bit closer, like in map wise. It's one of the smaller ones, right? It's a
Hmm.
little smaller with, or the map is like the point is a little bit smaller, but the map is pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, it's very interesting to me, Samoa, is because you're right in the fact that it has a lot of area to almost explore. I
Yeah,
feel like whenever I go on Samoa, it almost feels like an adventure game because you've got corners, massive corners of the map that are just there to
yeah.
fight in or to exist in that no one ever uses. Oh, we have a hydrate the casters. Hydrate. Thank you very much for your patronage. We appreciate the points spent and the support shown. Um,
Thank you.
but no, I find it very fascinating because everybody goes through the same building, right, in Samoa. It's the same main building, and then you got a chance to go up to a bridge. But there are like massive corners that are like the size of half the point, and you can just fight in those if you want to. And I think it makes for some interesting gameplay moments.
It's also a very close map with not a lot of
Mhm.
long angles. So those closer map characters, your Cass, your Bastion, and your Reaper are really good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think this is one of the maps that you certainly you want to try to stay away from playing any sort of sniper because there's not any high ground either really in Samoa. It's all pretty even playing field. The point is on like a slight decline, but it's nothing that's going to be super advantageous. And if you're playing like Widow, you have way too many ways of being jumped upon to really ever make that plausible. You can play Hanzo because Hanzo's good wherever, but still kind of want to refrain from that. Try to play more of those closer range characters for sure.
And tank wise, I think Orisa does probably the best on this map, and Zarya, because Zarya's Orisa's counter, and when one character is good on a map, the other character its counter is probably gonna be good too, because that's how it works,
That makes
countering.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's like a rock paper scissors game. And Zarya really good against Adorisa because Zarya doesn't care about armor. not
Oh,
really. Not with the beam. I mean, the fortify exists. I think it does reduce the damage. But it's so consistent, right? That
mhm.
fortify just kind of gets nullified because Zarya's damage, especially at higher percentages, is just so darn consistent against a bigger target that the damage negation is well negated.
Yeah. And the support wise, Kiriko is just too good to pass up. Ana, Bap are always going to be great picks.
Hmm.
Lucio might not be as needed on this one because you're not needing that speed boost down those long lanes like most of the time you do. So maybe Ana, Bap, Kiri. Those would be the three main ones. Want to see
I see that.
Lifeweaver. I want to see Lifeweaver.
Uh,
Lifeweaver is such an underrated carry right now.
I actually fully agree. And here's the thing, right? When Lifeweaver was first released, he was kind of a meme pick.
Yeah.
You didn't want a Lifeweaver on your team because either apologies, they were so bad that they ended up hindering your team, the Lifeweaver player, because of the high cooldowns and the low amount of health, or even when they were good, the things that they could do could just be done better by other characters.
Yeah.
That has since changed, and now Lifeweaver, if you've got a good Lifeweaver, can be a literal game changer every fight with just a single pull. Oh, that's a pulse bomb? Pull. Oh, that's a shatter? Pull. Oh, that's an anti-nade? Pull. And just negate something that the enemy team has done.
Yeah. And then also just the instant high ground.
Hmm.
Just
I wanna see a Lifeweaver pedal their Cassidy up onto the high ground and get a 5-man high noon.
yeah, but like the Cassidy has to be doing it beforehand, you know. So he walks in and then you pedal him up.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's standing there menacingly, and she goes bam, 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 all over. So now we're hopping into Samoa. I know how to speak map names. Don't think we're gonna be looking at this just yet, but it is very pretty. I wanna go to Hawaii.
Yeah, I think that's one of the places on my bucket list to go.
Yeah,
I like this view with
for sure.
the volcano standing over you in the background.
Mm-hmm. The palm tree, very well centered, very maybe a coconut or two. Do you like coconut? I love coconut.
I'm iffy on coconut. You know, I like it sometimes, but
I can't believe this. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
sorry.
Coconut is the greatest thing of all time, aside from like peaches and mangoes. I can hear my dad dying. Uh, anyways, so look at this though. Pressures coming out on the Reinhardt.
Reinhardt. I love my Reinhardt, especially with that new buff coming up this patch, giving him a little bit more health. And Fire Strike is back.
Yeah, Pressure's not a player I've seen for a while. I do remember their games, and I remember screaming it very loudly. So I'm excited to see here, especially on that Reinhardt. Playing against Furious is going to be difficult. But look at the speed at which they're going out. Lucio, they kind of just went against our entire prediction here. Now, Lucio's being used very aggressively to force out cooldowns for Sarisa, get them all surrounded. Look at the damage coming in through. Caesar is able to take down Quest before they're able to get any value, and now it's just the tricklers remaining for the side of Rush as they do eventually fall.
Yeah,
I
and my
apologize,
prediction
Rick.
and my prediction from the Bastion was correct. I mean, Bastion, Bab, and Mei. I didn't say Mei, but Mei is also very good for closing off if they do have long distances, like there is on this one. And Bastion just poking him out, forcing him to use util, forcing him to use abilities.
Look at these. I love these proactive rotations now. Oh my goodness, that's going to be pressures in the backline. Trying to basically sniff out Dylan, who stays very tempting. One time, not time there, though. Save Agent of Chaos as Rush gets the first pick. That wall also doing massive amounts of value. Cadditu gets cut off from the backline, and Caesar and Pressures just rushing with that Lucio to find the picks they need. Battle IT somehow managed to stay alive. Almost 3 available to them.
Yeah, pressure, applying pressure to both of the rotations that Orisa was going. They went down that first way, and pressure was there, and they tried going down the other way, and pressure was again in their face, waiting for them.
I guess the name does stand.
Yeah, he is applying a lot of pressure.
Xbox Bubba, one of my favorite supports from last season as well. I talk about Haruka, but Xbox Bubba was my secondary MVP candidate from last season. I think he does very well. Look at that artillery barrage, though. Absolutely gnarly. Forced out the Immortality Field, and the freeze coming through as well. Finding one, finding two. The remaining members do eventually fall. And just the absolute unity coming in here from the side of Rift as they continue to, or from the side of Rush as they continue to find one team fight win after the other is nuts.
I really liked that use of May Freeze from Gainu, shutting down the Amplify Matrix from the side of Rift, shutting down like that whole ult, which is really crucial for Bab. Gone. With one freeze, Rush taking that fight over Rift and securing the point.
Yeah, no, the freeze artillery strike I think was actually a genius combo. Killed, I think, Dylan, like you said, forced out the Immortality Field, and then the freeze was just the cleanup, right? I think it was very well played there from the side of Rush as they're looking really strong. Seepser, who is new to this season, has been absolutely nutty on that Bastion. I'm not surprised we saw several 2 and 3Ks there in those 3K fights because Seepser is nuts. Now, plus something over to the Mauga, which I think against the Reinhardt might work out very well.
Yeah, and Pressure was about to swap to Zarya there, but I think he changed his mind and went back to the Rhine. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I think it might break again under the Mauga though. I mean, you have to watch out for this Bastion turret, right? But the Mauga, using those cooldown directly can pressure on both of those players. So we'll be seeing it. Look at a very, very careful rotation here for pressure as Rift managed to take hold of the point first. Now, Seamster is able to take out Catitude. Now that Lucio, your backline's not going to be able to rotate nearly as quickly as you'd like it to. Seamster's going to take that knowledge and apply it to the backline Agent of Chaos and eventually fall. Look at the focus fire coming in from the fence. It's absolutely nuts. And despite the counterpick coming in from the side of Rift, they just don't have the foothold to stand. Seamster finds 3, and that's going to be the first fight win for them.
Now, where Reinhardt can't stand against Mauga, Bastion surely can. You know, not having any of that sort of, you know, sustainability in a fight without like a shield or some sort of block damage, Mauga just gets obliterated by Bastion's turret form, as we saw there. And even Seepser's ability to change focus onto another target on the fly was exactly what they needed to win that fight.
Junkrat swap now doing so much damage. Look at the speed coming into the backline. Pressure on Agent of Chaos already falls once again. And again, Catitude gets up extremely low. Seepser standing still without fear, knowing that their backline has their back. Finds 3. Catitude, the only one standing now, is going to be retreating. And that's another 40% conduct claimed here for the side of Rush.
I really liked that fight from Rush. They sat up in that high ground and waited for Rift to come onto point and used the Lucio speed to push straight into their face, displacing their tank and DPS from their supports, which allowed their Bastion to take down Bab and their Lucio. And then Rush just had to clean up the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I think that's what really plays into Pressure's strategy. Seamster is able to keep up pace, right? It's just that with that Reinhardt, if you're able to close that distance, you can apply so much pressure so consistently that surviving it as a backline is very difficult. You see a nice rotation here along the high ground, along with the Amp Matrix. Fire almost gets massive, but it does get him popped by Seamster. Nice separation there with the wall as well. Finding Quest, Dylan not able to support him all the way, and more members of Rift are falling to the wayside. They're gonna have to retreat 90% here and counting though. They can't give this one up. This last fight, Dylan finally lasers down Seepser, and that could be a sort of equilibrium or equalizer here. Nice freeze though. Dylan's gonna get cut out. Overtime is sticking down. They're the last one standing alongside a ball now in the name of Quest, who does get down low. Overclock now, trying to find any picks they can, but Agent of Chaos gets down so low, gets down so pressure. The Immortality Field is there for so long to keep them alive. Not able to find any value though. Overtime is ticking down, and that is, oh my goodness, we were still touching.
So close. This is just such a stall. This is just stall for time to see if his tank can get back and then stall for longer. Lucio touching again. And that's it.
Overtime is ticking down, that's going to be it.
I like that first initial fight from Rush. Rift had something great going for them, using the Amplify Matrix to shut down point, but but Rush just LOSing the field and not allowing them to get any use off of it, and then blocking off the Malga for the rest of his team, allowing them to pick him off.
Yeah, that wall was actually disgusting. I mean, we've talked about Seamster and their question, but the wall I think was actually clutch because we saw we saw that Riff had the high ground. We saw they had the Ant Matrix. We saw that Rush would have had a really difficult time recontesting that until that wall came, and there was just nothing. They closed up the Ant Matrix. It shut down the healing per quest through Dylan, and it completely changed the way that that fight was basically going. Rush came in, and they said, "You're not taking this point. You might think you are, but you're not."
Yeah, and it was just a rush down from Rush. You know, every turn they were going, they just were denying that free space. And that is exactly what you want to do with that type of team comp with the Reinhardt, the Mei, and the Bastion. You don't want the Mauga and Bap to have all that free space.
Uh, yeah, no, absolutely. And free space they did not have. Um, so very interesting here because this seems pretty strong coming up from Rush. I mean, they're playing like a madhouse right now, and granted, they've got some incredible players, right? Pressures obviously doing a great job on that Reinhardt comboed with Excellent Boba and Funtime Cold on that support line. You can't go wrong with it. Seamster and Guy Noob. Seamster, brand new, but showing off incredible mechanical prowess, and Guy Noob has just been getting better every season they've been playing. I think this is like their third season in Oath, if not more at this point. So, just an absolute powerhouse of a team. Riff, they've got a little bit of figuring stuff out to do, but they go to Blizzard World here. They might be looking for the poke. I'm curious to see exactly what they play.
Hoping to see that Sigma, especially on that first point. Sigma is so strong at holding down Griffin, where that little like, where that high ground is just so
Mhm.
impeccable to hold, because you can just hold that choke for ages. I mean, and it has a safe rotation back to point, so it's not like you're getting caught out trying to go back.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. And that's the main point of point A, right? You want to always hold that high ground. Basically, until the enemy starts walking into point, you want to always hold that high ground, and that's the purpose of holding Griffin. That's the purpose of holding that initial high ground is so that the enemy has a very difficult time of getting there. Obviously, there are a few ways to rotate into it. You can always take the fight on the right hand side that goes straight up to where the Griffin is at, and take that fight to the defenders, or you can try to slog it through main, and see if you're that confident that you can stay alive. That is certainly always another possibility. But I think one of the more popular strategies is to take that right hand lane, and just dislodge the defenders of that high ground attack
Or
or that
my
high ground hold.
personal favorite is to go through Vikings on the very left side before you go to main. There's a little room right there that you can go up the stairs, and you're basically on the other side of statue, so the defenders don't have that much room to see you. And if you have enough speed, enough like sustainability, you can just go straight to point, and then flip the sides. You're on defense now.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely true. I think Lucio might be very good here on the
Yeah.
attack. I think because it. Excuse me. I was about to sneeze. I still kind of feel it. It's not going away. Dang it. Okay, anyways. What was I gonna say? What was I
Lucio's
gonna say, darn it? Yeah, speed. Speed.
Lucio.
Speed's
Okay,
important.
speed.
Speed's great. Especially on the attack.
Yeah.
Speed's good. Uh, for Lucio, because effectively the quicker you can get there, the quicker you can rotate around your opponents, the less of a chance they have to shoot at you with their high ground advantage, and the less of a chance they have to attack you. Now we do have an important update. I believe that was Rush on the left.
Yeah.
Yes, Rush on the left. Riff on the right, just for everyone's sake. Don't get crossed in the flip flop. All right, here we go. What do we see?
See the Sigma. Not kind of playing a little aggressive here, and we see the Lucios for the speed.
Yeah, from both sides actually. So it looks like the defenders are trying to match that speed that the attackers might be trying to get advantage of.
Now, the play from the Sigma here, playing up close, I kind of like it. Because you have that speed from the Lucio to just back you out if you need it. And you also have the Mei wall to block off anyone trying to run at you.
And the damage coming into Sigma as well, putting up so much pressure. I mean, Rush is playing it incredibly safe. They're not falling just yet. As Rift is pressing forward here.
That's a perfect example of the wall working out perfectly. The Mauga rushing down and the wall maying him off from his supports. And they already built
it's already out. But no real like DPS support though. Teamster is able to find Catitude, and there's not really any value coming out from it because look at this aggression coming out from the side of Rush as they continue pressing forward here. Bind 4 even in a tiny room, and that's gonna be a defensive hold.
That just shows you the amount of damage that Rush was putting out there. That Dylan built Ant Matrix in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. I mean, you get your ultimate as a support by healing, right? And that minute comes out. We're already back up to 15% here and counting for Dylan as Agent of Chaos is just taking in that damage, getting the heals back up. So is Quest, right? We're just slowly building the smoke until oh, nice flux gets traded down with the freeze. That's just gonna be look at the pressure coming up from Rush. You can't stop these guys. What the heck is going on right now?
They are giving up no space. They are not allowing Rift to think at all of what kind of strategy they want to do because they are just always in their face. And I like that strategy. And I mean, they have 2 more ults. They have that Soldier ult, which can be deadly if used correctly. And they have beat to get them out of any situation.
The wall is trying to find them a little bit of space to sort of trying to split up the attackers they try to push through here, but Dylan doing a very good job of keeping the rest of their team alive. You have the Ant Matrix up again, but Teamster, again, a masterful DPS player on that Sojourn, finds 2 with that overclock, make that a 3rd, make that a 4th. This is wild. A minute 20 here, and Rush aren't slowing down one bit.
No. And both walls coming out perfectly. The first wall from the side of Rush blocking off Mauga from the rest of his team. And then the second wall coming out from Rift blocking Sig and Mei by themselves. Wall
and Matrix now from Dylan. Trying to put up any pressure they can. Trying to get trying to get their team any picks they can find, but Teamster once again finds the headshot on Dylan. The Rift just don't have the room. They don't have the ability to breathe, as we mentioned before. Pressures finds the 3rd pick. Now 40 seconds remain, and this is just getting down to the wire.
Yeah, this is Rift has to change up something soon if they want to contest this. I mean, there's just so much going on from the side of Sigma, and then the Mei and Soldier and just being able to sustain themselves.
What a wall. What a freeze to throw this one out here. Bad YT is going to go down. That's a 4-man freeze, I believe. Not able to find Agent of Chaos. Dylan's able to keep the backline alive for a little bit, but Quest does fall. 13 seconds remaining. The aggression here is just disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know if Rift can take this one, especially with the Sigma ult coming in. He misses.
Tracer trying to touch, but accidentally hits a pole. The ball coming through as well, not in time though, and that is going to be round 1 complete. A full hold there from the side of Rush.
Wow. Rush just laying down that pressure, not giving them any breathing room whatsoever. And the little breathing room that they do gets just stopped by the Mei wall. What a perfect combo from the side of Rush there.
Yeah, I mean, how do you break through that? What do you do? I think maybe you go Sigma. That would be my only answer, because you've got to have a way to keep Seebster from just popping off heads, right? You've got to have a way of the damage not coming through, even with the Mei split. And that's really, I think that's about as good as you're gonna get. Or you could go the D.Va as well. I think would have also been a decent choice.
I would really like the D.Va or even the Monkey in that kind of situation. You go Monkey Tracer. I mean, their backline is wide open. They don't have too much peel ability for them. So if you can just dive their BAP or dive their Soldier, that's 2 free picks gone, and notably one of their strongest picks too.
Da-dun, da-dun, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, Oh, bro, that's end cruelty. Anyways, 4 seconds remaining as we're gonna be seeing Riff now on the defense.
Yeah, pressure back on the Reinhardt. Probably wanting to just run it down, get in there as fast as they can, because they only have to take 1 point.
Oh, nice anti-nade, but no follow through. Solid right hand rotation here. They're gonna try to get as close as you mentioned. They're gonna try to speed right on through. They have one time for Lucio there to do it. And it looks like Rip is aware, so they're gonna try to meet him in the room. You don't want to meet a Reinhardt face to face. Pressure staying alive has the support there available to them. Look at this back end rotation, and now it's gonna be Rush on the defense.
Yeah, that isolation on the Mauga and the Mei costing them the Mei's life, and Rush I think is just gonna just roll this point and just take that.
That was beautifully executed. What a Lucio rush. What a
Yeah,
Lucio rush.
wow.
What a play with the brawl. Fantastic rotation around the right hand side, all the way around and behind the side of Rift, so they couldn't even play defense anymore. They had to watch their backs. And we're gonna be seeing Steepster here, obviously on the Sojourn, get a massive play of the game.
These gets used. It's a big freeze, but Steepster just taking out control. Didn't get frozen, so he's just taking control. Really liked that push. I really liked that first or that last push, I should say, from Rush, speeding into the right side and Griffin. And something you didn't see was the Mei wall blocked off high ground, so they didn't get spammed from up there.
Uh, yeah, no, absolutely. Sort of just making sure that they weren't gonna get picked off regardless as well. I think that was just well executed. I think Rush is terrifying. I think that's what we learned this week. I think Rush is scary, and it'll be interesting to see how they continue to prove themselves even more as they also, along with the side of Cosmic, I believe, go to 3-0. Are two undefeated teams finding victories tonight. Um, as Riff and Ember, they're going to be looking to reclaim their names. They're going to be looking to find the stakes. We're at the midway point, which means they're going to start seeing some solid strategies pump their way out of the factories and make themselves available onto the floor. So, with all that being said, any closing words, Exotic?
No, you've said everything I was gonna say.
Well, it was a pleasure having you as always. Feel free to join me
Yeah.
again here on the desk. It was thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting these kids. Um, come back every week. We love it here at Oath Esports. And don't forget to take a look at the Valorant side of the family too. All right, that's pretty much it for me and Exotic. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you all next week.